get back on from there. If you're going, if you're going westbound, you can take Artesia Boulevard to Downey Avenue. If you're going eastbound, you can get back out of the 91 at Clark. Also had an earlier car fire on the East 91. This is over in the North Anaheim area, just before Brookhurst. That's going to have some lanes blocked. That slowing starts back near Valley View. Still have some Caltrans work causing big delays on PCH, both directions. Southbound side of PCH slows just after Sunset Boulevard. Northbound side backs up near the Santa Monica Pier, and they kind of meet in the middle right over near Chautauqua Boulevard. Make Caliber Garage Doors your number one choice for new garage doors. Get $200 off as low as $7.99 installed. Includes free bottom seals and haul away. Caliber Garage Doors will beat any advertised price. Hundreds to choose from. CaliberGarageDoors.com. It's CaliberGarageDoors.com. Your next report's 12:55. More reports more often from the CarsonToyota.com 24-hour traffic center. KNX News 97.1 FM.
All right, we had record heat yesterday, and we could see more records being broken as this hot spell continues, even hotter today and tomorrow. And then the cool down, the relief arrives as we head into this upcoming weekend. 93 today for the beaches, upper 90s for LA and Orange County Metro, 102 for the valleys, 97 for the Inland Empire, upper 80s for the high deserts, mid 60s for the mountains. We still have heat advisories for most areas lingering through the end of the week, and then as we head toward the afternoon, those Santa Ana winds start to crank up a little bit more. Beaches this morning waking up to some clouds, and that's because the winds haven't picked up. But like I mentioned, as we head toward the middle part of the day, those winds will start to pick up, and that's going to move away a lot of the cloud cover that you're waking up to. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecast, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Amber Lee for KNX News 97.1 FM.
Hot and muggy, Los Alamitos and Santa Ana both at 96 degrees right now. Let's see, along the coast, Long Beach 94, 89 sunny at the Civic Center downtown LA at 12:47. Well, after being closed for more than 2 years, LA City Hall will reopen to the public next month. Mayor Garcetti, Council President Martinez making the announcement, saying the building will reopen and in-person meetings will resume on May 4th. Proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test will be required to enter LA City Hall, and everyone has to be wearing a mask. The Boston Athletic Association announcing restrictions against athletes from Russia and its ally, Belarus, competing in this month's Boston Marathon.
As Maxim Siegel tapers his Boston Marathon training runs, his passion for his birth country of Ukraine only grows.
I'll be wearing my heart on my sleeve literally because I'll be wearing sleeves with Ukraine on them.
A representation of war-torn Ukraine in a sea of runners from around the world. But two countries will not be represented, Russia and Belarus.
We need you to make a statement. You need to go public with this.
Siegel was one qualified runner who pressured the Boston Athletic Association to exclude Russian and Belarusian residents from the big race.
That is Christina Rex reporting for us. The Boston Marathon will be run a week from this coming Monday. Well, more than 1 million utility customers in Puerto Rico remain without electricity today after a fire at a main power plant caused an island-wide blackout. The U.S. territory has been forced to cancel all of its school classes today and close government offices. Officials there say it could be days until everyone gets their power back on. Well, just 14 months after he was badly injured in a terrible car crash right here in Southern California, Tiger Woods is back in action at the Masters today.
Tiger Woods was greeted with a huge ovation on the first hole.
Tiger Woods!
His tee shot was solid. Woods had a putt of around 10 feet to make a par on the first hole, and he made it. On the second hole, a par 5, Woods had a chance for a birdie, but missed a much more difficult putt for around 17 feet and had to settle for another par. Woods has generally looked comfortable. There's been no obvious sign of pain. He says the toughest part will be walking the Augusta course, which is around 4 miles. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Masters in Augusta.
And Tiger currently 1 under par through 16 holes. The current leader, Australian Cameron Smith, who is at 6 under par right now. 12:50 on KNX. We're into the final minutes of this trading day on Wall Street. Let's get a live look at your money. Here is Junk Doniger.
The new broom coming to Warner Media. Discovery's chief executive will oversee key creative and news operations when the company's merger with Warner Media is complete, and that will be within a few days. He says that'll remove layers. Warner Brothers Discovery will combine Discovery's cable TV networks with Warner Media's movie and TV production units, as well as HBO and CNN. A new tool from Google will help you find just the item you want. MarketWatch says Google has introduced an enhancement to its Lens tool. It'll add text to to an image search. So if you want to find something in another color, you narrow the search with words to find what you want. Disney almost bought the Ultimate Fighting Championship 6 years ago. CNBC says then CEO Bob Iger said no. Activision Blizzard making 1,100 game testers full-time employees now. The company's been blasted for its use of part-time workers and contractors. On Wall Street, just before the close, a turnaround, the Dow up 127, the NASDAQ 34, the S&P 26. We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Joan Doniger, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Got some Caltrans work still causing some big problems. PCH right near Santa Monica. We got Tom working on that. He's standing by in the traffic center. We'll check your drive in just about 3 minutes. It is 12:52.
The Russian invasion of Ukraine drags
Attacks
on.
near major Ukrainian cities continue.
The people of Ukraine fight
Russia now accusing Ukraine launching a cross-border helicopter.
and suffer.
160,000 people are believed to be trapped.
At KNX, we're here to bring you the breaking news and the details of the stories
The Russian invasion in many places has stalled.
that matter to all of us.
Following reports that Vladimir Putin's advisors may have misled him.
Listen often throughout the day.
KNX News 97.1 FM.
Everything you need, every time you listen.
All across the U.S., pharmacists like Dr. Monica Christian are recommending GoodRx to help their patients save on prescriptions.
As a pharmacist, I'm a huge advocate for GoodRx. I saw a price go from $300 to $65. Thanks to GoodRx, more people are walking away with their prescriptions in their hands. They're happy and they're healthy.
Start saving up to 80% on your prescriptions and visit GoodRx.com today. In 2020, GoodRx users saved an average of 79% off retail prices. Healthcare professional compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you looking for a new podcast, but you really just don't know where to start?
Check out our podcast discovery show, Hot Sauce, on podsauce.com.
Listen, there are over 3 million podcasts out there. People don't have time to look through all of them.
We're going to interview your favorite podcast creators about their show, the who's, the what's, the why.
Download the Odyssey app and search Pod Sauce.
Baseball is back, and Odyssey's stepping up to the plate.
Free in-market play-by-play for your city's team? Odyssey's got it.
Tips to help you make better bets.
We've got them with the BetQL network.
Official MLB podcasts for every single team.
Got them, plus daily coverage from Locked On MLB and a lot more.
Get everything you need for baseball season with the biggest in baseball broadcasting on the Odyssey app.
Listen at home, at work, or on the go.
Russia invades.
Ukraine fights back.
And the world holds its breath.
The War in Ukraine Daily brings you the latest developments.
And the personal accounts of Ukrainians fighting for their survival.
What is Putin's next move? How far will he go?
How will other countries deal with the refugee crisis as millions flee Ukraine?
Will Russia do the unthinkable and go nuclear?
Is there a way out of this 21st century nightmare?
I'm Charles Feldman.
And I'm Mike Simpson, inviting you to listen to the War in Ukraine Daily on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A bad team facing a good team is never completely out of it.
Nick Costos, co-host of You Better You Bet, 3 to 7 p.m. East.
Price go from $300 to $65. Thanks to GoodRx, more people are walking away with their prescriptions in their hands. They're happy and they're healthy.
Start saving up to 80% on your prescriptions and visit GoodRx.com today. In 2020, GoodRx users saved an average of 79% off retail prices. Healthcare professional compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance.
Are you looking for a new podcast, but you really just don't know where to start?
Check out our podcast discovery show, Hot Sauce, on podsauce.com.
Listen, there are over 3 million podcasts out there. People don't have time to look through all of them.
We're going to interview your favorite podcast creators about their show, the who's, the what's, the why.
Download the Odyssey app and search Pod Sauce.
Baseball is back, and Odyssey's stepping up to the plate.
Free in-market play-by-play for your city's team? Odyssey's got it.
Tips to help you make better bets.
We've got them with the BetQL network.
Official MLB podcasts for every single team.
Got them, plus daily coverage from Locked On MLB and a lot more.
Get everything you need for baseball season with the biggest in baseball broadcasting on the Odyssey app.
Listen at home, at work, or on the go.
Have we figured out how to explain deja vu? How do chameleons do that thing they do? Do you really need to wash your blue jeans? Yeah, you do, but how often? Hey, my name's Mike Simpson. I've got a podcast about curiosities. It's called I've Got Questions. We go through my list of random stuff and yours. Please participate. Send me your questions. I'll find someone to answer them. We've talked about our true crime obsession, how grocery stores are tricking us, super secret flight attendant stuff. I've Got Questions, new episodes Thursdays on Odyssey or wherever you get your podcasts.
This week in music. If you saw the Beatles'
documentary Get Back. Then you got an inside look at the sessions that led to the Beatles' Let It Be album. Now you can get even closer thanks to Get Back to Let It Be. It's a new exhibit happening at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Original instruments, clothing, and handwritten lyrics seen in the film are all on display. You can check it out now through March 2023 at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For all the classic hits, it's Odyssey.com.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, now on 97.1 FM.
Live from the DuckDuckGo studios.
KNX, AM, FM, and HD, KRTH HD2, Los Angeles.
KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Depend on us.
Coming up to our top local story, California's Asian American community looks for healing and progress emerging from a contentious COVID era. USC wants to permanently kick a pair of YouTube pranksters off its campus. This is KNX News, 97.1 FM. It's 1 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. Now with Senate confirmation, Ketanji Brown Jackson becomes the first black woman on the Supreme Court. Our Tom Fodes in Washington.
This was the vote. Vice President Harris presiding.
The yeas are 53, the nays are 47, and this nomination is confirmed.
And this was the Senate Democratic leader, Chuck Schumer.
This is a wonderful day, a joyous day, an inspiring day.
3 Republicans broke party ranks to vote that way. Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitt Romney. GOP leader Mitch McConnell did not.
Today, the far left will get the Supreme Court justice they wanted.
Soon to be Justice Jackson